My name is Rusel Ardiano, and my research is based on determining how low socioeconomic status and stress affects anxiety and depression. Introduction. Evidence suggests that depression and anxiety can be caused by low socioeconomic status because of the higher stress they might experience. It means that if they are experiencing higher levels for stress, they also might be experiencing higher levels for anxiety and depression. In the chart, we can see that 7.3% of the United States belongs to a low socioeconomic status. 3.6% of them belongs to a high socioeconomic status. 43.4% belongs to a middle socioeconomic status, and 45.7% belongs to a just working section. Gender in this research may also influence on how people respond to stress and depression, because previous studies have found that participants with low socioeconomic status and depression were more likely to be female. It means that females are more likely to be more impacted or affected by stress, anxiety, and depression. The questions: how do socioeconomic factors affect depression and anxiety? Are both females and male experiencing equal levels of stress, anxiety, and depression? Hypothesis: people with higher stress will have higher levels of anxiety and depression. People with lower socioeconomic status will have higher stress. Low socioeconomic status correlates with higher levels of depression and anxiety. Females will have a higher level of depression and anxiety compared to males. The correlation between of socioeconomic status with stress, depression, and anxiety may be stronger in women than men. Review of literature. A recent study found that stress is a risk factor for anxiety and depression. This article was published by Ken in 2017. Studies have shown that lower socioeconomic status is associated with high risk for depression and anxiety, which also must be related to stress. This was an article published by Shu in 2021. Evidence suggests that depression and anxiety can be caused by low socioeconomic status because of the higher stress they might experience. This was an article by Lee on 2021. Methodology. For the procedure, the participants were women and men in the United States only. They were between the ages of 25 to 50 years old, because this is the ages when they are more likely to be independent and they are more likely to experience higher levels of stress, anxiety, and depression. The participants were from diverse ethnicity, different socioeconomic status. At least 100 participants, 50 women and 50 men, to get accurate responses and evaluations. For the recruitment, online recruitment and participation was required. Because of the coronavirus and all the restrictions that exist, we cannot recruit people in person. The advertisements was through social media, emails, and mentor assistance. The participation was totally voluntary, and the participants were provided with a link to the survey and to answer all the questions that were asked. For the methods, there were a total of 41 questions to be asked and answered. One question was about consent, one question was about age, one question was about gender, 11 questions was about socioeconomic status position, 7 questions about anxiety, 8 questions about depression, and 12 questions about stress to get accurate responses and analysis. Participants were informed about the purpose of this research, and they knew what they were being asked. The participants must read and agree to take part in the research before beginning the survey. Any personal information such as phone number, names, or other personal information was not needed in this research. For the results, 62.1% of the older adults had depression symptoms in this study, and there were significant differences in depression scores among the older adults with gender, age, and residence, marital status, endowment patterns, self-care ability, exercise frequency, physical examination frequency, daily diet rules, and everything else. Women were more likely to experience depression and anxiety because some of them were not able to manage stress properly. For the conclusions, there were different degrees of depression in the older adult. The lower the socioeconomic status is, the higher the risk of depression is. The limitation was the different socioeconomic status and how people respond to stress. It means how people manage stress. These are my references, and thank you very much.